brain exhausted, I'm thinking awkward. Lanes I make you eat a plate of sausage made from Lorraine and Bobby. I may be modest, you paying homage on crazy honor. That you can't wait to comment on my mistakes and my blunders. Hey, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I'm the most hated, but play I'm taking your date and your woman. Oh dang, your date is your woman. I trade her later if you want her. And she bring friction like Raiden and Blanca. Statements behaving like Saint Dangerous when drinking angry. The same with a mama. Pain with no gain is a bomber. Hit you with sticks.
What's going on? What going on, y'all? This your boy Hen checking in. Pull Out Game Podcast, episode 68. You already know the vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all hitting the like, you know what I'm saying? Dropping the comments, sharing the videos, and, you know, just rocking with your boy, man. I mean, what else can I say, man? Y'all rocking with your boy. You know I'm rocking with y'all, man. And, you know, man, look, man. I just want everybody out there to just be y'allselves, man. Cause you know, we living in a Xerox type of world these days, man. You know what I'm saying? A copycat type of world, man. I mean, everybody, you know, fax machine type of world. Everybody want to be like everybody else. Everything sound the same. I'm talking about like, I mean, whatever you see, it's the same. I mean, to the music, the Tubi movies, and like the slang. Everybody say a certain slang, and everybody else gotta say it, gotta pick it up, trying to say what they say. You know what I'm saying? Do how they do. Everybody want to be, you know, like everybody else. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the best thing you could be is yourself, man. Like I said on my first Go Hard or Go Homeless, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, be yourself, man. That's why God created mirrors. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is why God created mirrors. I mean, I don't know why people want to be like everybody else. I mean, it's the thing to do. It's the easy way out. You know what I'm saying? But if you be yourself, you can never go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is here for a reason, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's important. So, by you being like somebody else, you know, it making it look like, and, you know, it telling the next person that you don't feel you're important. Like, because you trying to be like the next person, man. Like, everybody, I'm talking to the music. Let's speak on the music too, man. Like, for instance, I used to say, you know, same verse, different beat, same raps, different beat. But now the beat sound the same. You know what I'm saying? This beat sound like the beat before. That beat sound like another beat before that. And the beat before that sounded like the beat before that. I mean, the pot and pan era is alive and well, man. Like, but I'm just so sick of everything just, you know, just copying each other. Everything like the clothes, well, not the clothes. People wear weird stuff here, wear weird stuff over there. I mean, everybody got. I say the fashion. People. It depends on who the people are, but these days, like everything the same though, man. I'm so sick of it, man. Like, I mean, that's what years ahead is about, man. Like, you know, everybody stuck in the same wave at the moment, trying to fit in, trying to be like everybody else. And you know, years ahead, we thinking over here. We like not thinking what's going on here with the same copycat trying to be like everybody else. We thinking ahead what's going on now. We ain't trying to be nothing like what's going on now. We past of thought of what's going on in today's era and just trying to be something different. And I ain't trying to be different, just being different. Cause trying to be different, you're really not being different. You're trying. You know what I'm saying? But everybody is different. By being you is being different. So we need to stick to just being different, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And not even, like I said, not even just being different, just be you. Cause when you be you, you become different. That is what being different is, man. Everybody has a purpose to do different stuff called, I mean, if that were the case, God would make every person the same. You know, whoever he made, he would make the next person the same way. He would make that next person the same way. The person after that the same way. Person after that the same way. But everybody is different for a reason. You know what I'm saying? That's why you see some people are doctors. Some people are astronauts. You know what I'm saying? Some people are plumbers. Some people mechanics. Some people are rappers. Some people, you know what I'm saying, they do cooking for a living. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some people, I mean, it just depends, man. Like, everybody different. Not everybody not meant to do the same thing, be the same. And I'm so sick of everything the same, man. Like I said, the Tubi movies. Like, you pretty much know how the movie gonna turn out, how it gonna be. You pretty much know the plot. You pretty much know, you know, like how everything, how it gonna end. And like, you know, you got a killer on the movie. And, you know, you don't know who the killer is. You know, somebody just steady like taking everybody out, taking them out, taking them out, taking them out. And you kind of know who the killer is. The person that's like the least favorite or the least person you think that might be doing the killing, that's the main killer. That is the killer. You know, the one that always saying, what's going on? Crying all through the movie and wondering why all the killing going on and you know, just going all out their way to just, you know, to see what's going on. Them most time be the killer. But I'm just saying, not even just that though, just everything's the same. People are comfortable in their skin of being the same. And that's terrible, man. The world would never grow. We would never grow as a people if that continues, man. Like, like in music or technology. You got technology, it done came a long way from the Atari, Nintendo, and and all them type of days, and the long robotic cell phones and all that. It came a long way to what we got going now. You know, it done came real far. But it seemed like music wise, like thinking wise, technically, lyrically, topic wise, creative wise, it's going backwards. It's going totally backwards. You know what I'm saying? You had the Sugar Hill Gang, Cool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, those days, and all those days, man. EPMD, Big Daddy Kane, and they was like pushing the envelope for lyricism, man. Like, for the 80s and 90s, they were doing their damn thing. And then the 90s came up, you know what I'm saying? And, you got more MCs like pushing the envelope. And then, 2000 came, then next thing you know, man, rap started slowly declining. To me, like after Biggie and Pac died, and, the J and the 50 days, and slowly after that, it just started going backwards and backwards. Man, just so, man, I'm talking about brain dead music, man. I mean, if they had record stores now, and then you know how you got different categories of music, you got country, jazz, hip hop, and techno, and all the like categories of albums you can buy. Now, if they had record stores, like real legit record store, you go to the mall and stuff, I believe rap now would be called brain dead music. So you go to the record store, you be like, could you point me to the brain dead music section, please? Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, that's what we got going on, man. But everything sounds the same, and no effort, no creativity. No, don't nobody want to be themselves. Don't nobody want to think for themselves. Don't nobody want to do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They feel like, if I do what the next person doing that's making money, I'll be successful because they successful. Yeah, you'll be successful, but for how long? Because they're going to get tired of the same thing. They already had somebody doing what you're trying to do. But if you be your own person, do different things, you know what I'm saying, create a different wave, a unique wave, and another thing too, don't just be different, be good at it too. But I'm just saying, being different is a start though, and you create your own wave, they're gonna last longer when they catch on because they're not used to it. They just like the Pull Out Game podcast. I bring in a different type of vibe, with the jerseys, the jersey collection, and like I said, I looked online. I haven't seen nobody doing it, and I already had this big jersey collection, so I like, why not? Let's make it into a podcast. Because I never really wanted to do a podcast, but then I thought about it. I love to talk. You know what I'm saying? I'll show these jerseys off, make it a showcase, make an event, experience, talk my stuff, and just make a whole all-around event. So here we go. Here we are. Pull Out Game podcast, man. But at the end of the day, man, bring something to the game that you feel that's needed. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got their own unique talent, their own unique thing that they like to do. I'm pretty sure the next person can't do it like them. Bring it to, a channel, YouTube or Instagram or whatever you're doing, Twitch or whatever you're doing, and make it different. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody got something to offer to the world, man. Like what they like to talk about, what they like to do, a unique talent, whatever they do. Everybody got a lane for something they like to do, man. They'll be accepted and be looked at as different. So yeah, man, y'all keep that in mind, man. Just go for y'all, man. You only live once, man. You only live one time, man. I'm just saying though. So go for yours, man. But y'all know what's going on, man. This the Pull Out Game podcast, man. Home of the greatest jersey collection on the planet. You already know it. And the jersey's coming. You already know what time it is. And look, we finna go and get into the first jersey, man. I just want to talk to y'all about just not being the same, man. Y'all do different things, man. Be different. Be you. You know what I'm saying? Look in that mirror, man. Remind yourself that you're you. You're not nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You're not Denzel Washington. You're not Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? You're not Beyonce. You're not Solange. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you ain't even the janitor that work at Crystals in your neighborhood. I mean, you're not nobody but you. So yeah, like let's just keep it us, man. You know, y'all keep it y'all and keep it me, and let's do it like that, man. I'm telling you, man, you get along farther in life, man, thinking like that. I mean, truly thinking like that. Not thinking like that just to say you're doing it. I'm talking about truly thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? There you go. But for real though, man, because I believe in all y'all, man. Everybody got their own unique, special way and a special reason that they were born. So I believe in y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I know a million, trillion, gazillion, quadrillion, lillion, bavillion, Sicilian, whatever, labillion, brilliant reasons, you know what I'm saying, I feel and I know that, you know, I'm always gonna be myself. You know what I'm saying? I always, you know, I got that much confidence in me. So, you know, I ain't the most perfect dude, but I'm always gonna be me. I won't want to be nobody on this planet but me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm gonna keep it, that's how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? That's all we can be. But look, man, finna get to the first jersey, man. You know the jersey game is not a game, man. The jersey game is not a game. You know what I'm saying? So on the pull-out game. But the first jersey, this dude right here, man, he done came a long way. He a legend. Um, he did it his way. You know what I'm saying? And to be great, you have to do it your way. You have to. But look, the first jersey I'm gonna pull out, like I said, he legendary. Um, he always, you know, did it how he want to do it, like I said, and man, he had some trials and tribulations along the way, man, but it still, to me, could never knock his greatness, man. The dude was great, like without a doubt, undeniably great. And who I'm talking about? This dude right here, man, like classic, man, classic. Let's get to it, man. This dude right here, man. Toronto Blue Jay, number 21. Stop playing with this guy, man. Y'all ain't know who this guy is, but look, before we get to it, look, man, the 50th anniversary patch. You know, I had a lot of jersey with this patch on here, man, because, you know, this patch was heavy around them times, too, man. You know what I'm saying? Commemorate Jackie Robinson, man. You know what I'm saying? The 50th anniversary patch. And then on this side, before we turn on the back, Toronto Blue Jays jersey, man. Toronto Blue Jays. Y'all know what I'm saying? That's the logo. Yeah, man. Drake will be proud, man. Well, who this is, man? Let's go and get to it, man. Look, man. This the Roger Rocket Clemens, man. The Rocket. Roger Clemens. All still everything Toronto Blue Jays baseball jersey. Stop playing with this guy, man. Stop playing with this guy. Yeah, man. This the Rocket, man. Yeah, y'all see that? See the vibes, man. Roger Clemens, man. All still everything Toronto Blue Jays jersey. Ooh, this thing clean, boy. Boy, I'm talking about, boy. This thing cleaner than Flo when she played on the Jefferson, boy. Well, shit, I ain't gonna say that because Flo ain't all the clean the damn thing. She just used to talk stuff to George all day. But y'all get the vibes. All still everything Roger Clemens. Let's get to it, man. Let's talk about old Roger. Roger Clemens, man. Roger Clemens. I mean, where do I start with old Roger, man? Well, first of all, Roger Clemens was born in Daytona, Ohio, man. And that's where he came up, man. And, you know, he was a natural baseball talent, man. Dude had skills, like, right off the jump, man. It's, like, undeniable. And, you know, he was, you know, Daytona, Ohio. He stayed there, you know, him and his family for some years. And then soon after that, you know what I'm saying, they packed up and moved to Houston, Texas. And then, you know, well, that's when he started excelling in high school, and, you know, people were starting to, like, you know, they notepad and you know, and scribbling little notes, and, you know, scouts and stuff was checking them out, man. They was like, damn, hold up, man. Hold up, man. this dude right here is different. He ain't no joke. I mean, I ain't never seen nobody like this dude. And man, I'm talking about folk want to get their hands on Roger Clemens. I ain't talking about fighting him. And I ain't talking about no sexual stuff. I'm talking about get their hands on him like shit. Go to their college. You know, dude was like always like one of the top dudes at baseball, man. And you know, Roger Clemens, he played basketball, football, but man, his love was like baseball, man. Like being on that mound and that one-on-one, a batter versus pitcher, pitcher versus batter. You know what I'm saying? He controlled the narrative or like what go on. You a pitcher control the narrative, man. So and he liked that command, that control. And yeah, man, dude was not no joke, man. Like, could nobody hit this dude, man. And he was like starting to be the talk of the town, man. Everybody wanted a piece of Roger Clemens. He was slowly becoming like a favorite, a fan favorite. And then next thing you know, man, he ended up going to the University of Texas. He was a Texas Longhorn. You know, everybody was watching him and you know, shit, they end up winning the World Series, the College World Series, Texas Longhorn. And then I was like, hold up, man. You know, people watching him in the stands and like was amazed at like how this dude was like pitching and getting all these strikeout. I mean, rapid strikeout, rapid strikeout, rapid strikeout. I mean, the dude was like strikeout to strikeout to strikeout. You know what I'm saying? And then he won an award called the Golden Spikes. Yeah, the Golden Spikes Award. And the Golden Spikes Award is kind of like the Heisman Trophy in baseball, in college baseball. And you know, he won that, man. So he really took off, man. Cause like his sophomore year, his freshman year, you know, he was handling business a little bit. He was getting his name out there. Then his sophomore year, he really was like, everybody was scared of him. They were scared to face dude, like pitching wise. They were scared of him. And then when he got to his junior year, man, please, that dude was like, he was a killer on the mound. Like nobody really want a part of him then. He was like the top dude, man. Couldn't nobody hit dude. And then, you know, while he was in college, you know, he got what's name reached out to him, the New York Mets. They reached out to him in 1980, and they want to draft him to the Mets, but he turned it down. And I think like a $1.3 million contract, something like that. You know, so I ain't counting pockets, just saying that's what the contract was. But he turned that contract down to play for the Mets, professional league contract. He turned it down cause he feel not he was arrogant or not, you know, anything like that. He just felt he wasn't ready yet. So you know, he pitched some more in college, and yeah, pitched some more, and yeah, he ended up going to the pros. 1983, he got drafted, and yeah, I think he did like AAA baseball. He played for the Red Sox, and you know, yeah, he got drafted in 1983, and yeah, he took off, man. Like strikeout after strikeout after strikeout, man. Couldn't nobody hit dude, man. And then 1984, man, he was still on top of his game, man. And then I know in 1986, he was full-fledged like the best pitcher in baseball, man. Couldn't nobody hit dude. Dude was like a beast mode, man. 1986, he was on top of his game, man. And then, you know, his total career, he had 354 total wins in his career, man. He had 184 losses, you know what I'm saying? Earned run average, ERA, 3.12, ERA, 4,672 strikeouts. He played 24 seasons. He played on like the Boston Red Sox, the New York Yankees, and he played for the of course Toronto Blue Jays, and he played for the Houston Astros, man. You know what I'm saying? Dude got 7 Cy Young Award winning awards, man. Come on, man. 7 Cy Young, man. He got 1 MVP award, won 2 World Series with the Yankees. Come on, man. I mean, dude's undeniable, man. Roger Clemens was a beast, man. And you know, after Toronto Blue Jay era, when he, you know, cause he was with the Red Sox, and he played a season with the Toronto Blue Jays. Then right after that, he made an announcement that he's gonna retire. And then right before he finna retire, he changed his mind again. And he ended up going to the New York Yankees. And that's where he won the 2 World Series at, and he won some more Cy Young Awards. And for y'all don't know what Cy Young Awards is, I said on some other episode, in case y'all forgot, Cy Young Award is like the MVP for like the best pitcher that season. You know what I'm saying? Like he was the Cy Young, like he was the top pitcher. Cause nobody hit dude, and he was on top of his game. And like I said, he got 2 World Series, and man, he ended his career with the Houston Astros, man, 2006. You know what I'm saying? He played with the Houston Astros for 2004, 2006. Man, and right after that, 2007, started being rumors and whispers about him taking steroids, and man, his trainer came out, and got on the witness stand saying he did it. And the trainer saying he the one that injected him with the steroids and stuff, and and it wasn't looking good, man. Then another player that played with him on the Yankees and the Houston Astros, he had a player named a teammate of his. He was a pitcher too, and he could pitch. His name Andy Pettitte, and Andy Pettitte ended up telling the jury and the court that he said Roger Clemens ended up telling me before in confident, but ain't in confident no more. He telling the courts, but he told the court, Andy Pettitte said, Roger Clemens told me before he took steroids. And then Roger Clemens said, no, I think he heard wrong on how what I told dude. I never told him that, and he lying, and he got indicted on like 6 counts of like lying to the jury, and like he got caught for perjury and all that stuff, man. So he got caught with all that, man. But they were finna do deliberate the verdict, and it got postponed, and then they did it like the next week or the week after that, and they did deliberation, and basically coming out saying that it's not true, or he didn't get found guilty, with the perjury. So they dropped all the charges with that. But in the court of public opinion, and like the Hall of Fame people, and that made decision to be in the Hall of Fame, they didn't let it go. In their eye, they feel he was guilty. And he be on the ballot every year for the Hall of Fame, but they never let him in the Hall of Fame. To this day, Roger Clemens not in the Hall of Fame. And I don't know if they ever gonna let him in the Hall of Fame. And they did him the same way, basically how they doing Pete Rose, like it long past, but they still like stubborn. Baseball Hall of Fame people, electors that elect people in the Hall of Fame, they stubborn as hell, man. Like they do stuff their way, but everything ran on a mode or the models of their system. So I don't know. Hopefully Roger Clemens should be in the Hall of Fame one day. He should be in there now, but Baseball Hall of Famer, electors, man, they stubborn, man. Like I said, but at the end of the day, man, everybody know Roger Clemens, that guy. He's that dude. He, without a doubt, one of the greatest ever to pitch baseball. And the people that not electing him in the Hall of Fame, they know that. They know that already. But they just being on the tip, like they ain't budging, man. But look, man, damn all that. If he can't get his flowers in the Hall of Fame, he gonna get his flowers here, man. You know what I'm saying? You already know that, man. This the authentic, all state everything, Roger Clemens, man. The Rocket, Roger Clemens, man. Come on, man. Let's show the jersey again. Roger Clemens, man. Stop playing with this guy, man. All state everything, Roger Clemens. Toronto Blue Jays jersey, man. Yeah, man. I think he played like 1 season with these boys, man. There's gonna be some more Roger Clemens. Y'all stay tuned, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I had to go and show Roger Clemens, man. This the Rocket, man. The Rocket, Roger Clemens. Stop playing. Yeah. Y'all see it? Yeah, Roger Clemens, man. All state everything, Roger Clemens. Yeah, I'm just vibing, man. I don't know if y'all remember the movie Rookie of the Year, and it was a dude on them, Henry Rowan Gardner with the little kid, and he had a teammate on the Chicago Cubs. Little kid, teammate now. Little kid playing the Chicago Cubs. Y'all gotta watch that movie. I talked about that movie on some other episodes. It looked like one of my favorite movies growing up. My two favorite baseball movies of all time is Rookie of the Year and The Sandlot. Hands down, like it ain't even close. Them two right there. I love both of them. But on Rookie of the Year, I brought that up because it was a dude on them, and his character name was Chet Stedman. Chet Stedman. And his nickname was the Rocket. And I think they got that from Roger Clemens. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rocket. Come on, man. Roger Clemens been had that name. But I ain't knocking the movie. Like I love that movie. Chet Stedman and Henry Rowan Gardner and all them. A classic, man. But Roger Clemens, man. What can I say, man? The dude, like, he one of a kind. And yeah, man, all them Cy Young awards. Man had 7 of them things, man. Like, what the hell? 7? 7, man. That man had a Cy Young for every day of the damn week. Come on, man. That's crazy. Man, Roger Clemens, man. Like I said, man, they held it over his head a long time. They still holding it over his head about the steroids, man. But I don't care, man. Dude is not a joke. On that mound, man. Like, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, you had to still decide like what ball you gonna throw, like the curve ball, the slider, the off-speed pitch, and you know, steroid wasn't helping you decide what to throw, and you had to be a leader at knowing how to do it. But one thing steroid do, you know, it do make you throw faster. So if you do throw a curveball and you throwing the curveball a little faster, but you know, curveball don't be like no 90 miles an hour. Curveball be like 80 miles an hour, you know, like 82 miles an hour, 75, cause it got that curve on it. So it ain't going rapid straight to the plate. It's throwing that curve, so it's throwing a little bit off. But if you throwing 102 miles an hour and you know, and you throw a curveball that, you know, that's supposed to go like 82, the curveball might end up being go from 82 to like 87 miles an hour. That's crazy. 87 mile an hour curveball. I don't know, man. But look, man, this right here, right here, right here is Roger Clemens, All-Star everything, Toronto Blue Jays jersey, man. Yeah, man. Stop playing with this guy, man. This dude is a legend. I'm talking about off rip. He a legend, man. So yeah, man. So you already know, man. Guys like this got to be appreciated, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause baseball don't even want to give him his complete flowers, man. You know what I'm saying? If I could put him in the Hall of Fame, it was left up to me, I would. But you know, hey, it's what it is, man. But look, man, this Roger Clemens, All-Star everything, man. And like I said, man, be yourself, man. Don't be like nobody else. Be yourself, man. Be like yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the name of the game where we aiming at, man. Be yourself, man. So, but Roger Clemens, All-Star everything, Toronto Blue Jays, MLB jersey, man. You know what I'm saying? All-Star everything, man. You know what I'm saying? I take that name serious, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not a game out here, man. You already know it. But yeah, this Roger Clemens, man. Had to give him his flowers, man. Dude was a beast, man. If y'all know about Roger Clemens, go look him up, man. Go YouTube him. Go to the library or look them up in the encyclopedia. Or they go on your computer, on your phone, wherever, man. Your laptop, you know what I'm saying, your iPad, wherever you got to go look up Roger Clemens, man. Go do it, cause the dude is not to be played with, man. Stop playing, man. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, this segment 1, man. You know what I'm saying? You just been hit with segment 1 with that Roger Clemens All-Star everything Toronto Blue Jays baseball jersey, man. Come on, man. MLB in the house. And yeah, y'all stay tuned for segment 2, man. And I'm up out of here, man. Hold that thing down.
My brain is exhausted, I'm thinking awkward. Lanes I make you eat a plate of sausage made from Lorraine Bobby. I may be modest, you paying homage on crazy honor.
What's going on? What up, y'all? This your boy Hen checking back on in segment 2, Pull Out Game Podcast, man. I told y'all I'd be back, man. I told y'all I'd be back. I never went nowhere, you know what I'm saying? Just took a little break. But look, took a little minute break. But look, man, your boy Hen up in here, you know, carrying this Pull Out Game podcast, having fun. You know, I talk my stuff, man. And look, man, it's like, you know what make the world go round? It's like current events and stuff that's going on in the world, man. Just sit back and laugh. If I'm doing a podcast tonight, it's just certain stuff I hear or see, and I'll be like, man, I gotta talk about that on the podcast next go round. But look, man, Stephen A. Smith, man. I want to speak on Stephen A. real quick. Y'all remember Stephen A. Smith? Well, he had a co-host called Max Kellerman. And, they had a falling out behind the scenes. I didn't even know they had a falling out, until Stephen A. started going around from podcast to podcast, from show to show, really basically like, talking about Max, talking about how he didn't like him as a partner and it was boring. And I mean, he would get on Max for a while, like just going in on Max. And I'm like, man, what's really good? So, it been years, like, he been doing that for years and years. And then next thing Max decided to come out like about 4 or 5 years later and speak his truth. And soon as he speak his truth, and he basically was saying like, Stephen A. Basically was scared to, debate him topic for topic every day. He got tired of it because basically Max saying Stephen A. couldn't hang with Max. You know what I'm saying? Like he was too good for him. Max got to the point he was calling himself, what he call himself? Max Muhammad Ali? Yeah, something like that. Max Muhammad Ali or something like that. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. And I said, I know Stephen A. gonna clap back on that. I know he is. And then Stephen A. did clap back. But my thing is this, Stephen A. You did all that talking bad about Max and stuff. Max didn't say nothing for like 5 years. Max said it didn't bother him. Max said, long as my name out there, I'm cool. He said, that's what I'm fine with. So, but Max didn't say nothing all them years. And one Max say one little thing on one TV show one time or on a podcast, the Bill Simmons podcast. As soon as he said something, Stephen A. ran to the microphone. Oh, I know he Bailey didn't take it there. Like, but what you want that man to say? He got to defend himself too, though. But, to be fair, what Max said, though, about Stephen A. scared, and basically scared to, like, debate with him, he couldn't hang with him. Yeah, that's basically what set Stephen A. off to rebuttal back to him again. And, Stephen A., he basically said, though, man, you must be crazy to think I'm scared to debate with you. And I got to give to Stephen A. He do got a point. I'll tell you what I mean by that. Because Max got no journalism experience in his background. But Stephen A. do. But Stephen A., he be on First Take since Max left. He debate with Ryan Clark. He debate with Kendrick Perkins and Jay Williams and all these like high elite athletes that won Super Bowls and NBA Finals championship. Kendrick Perkins, he won the NBA Final. You know what I'm saying? You got Jeff Saturday. He a champion too, and and he in the NFL, the pro elite players that Stephen A. debate with. So Stephen A. said, "How you think I'm scared to debate with you and you haven't won nothing? You don't even play sports." But I'm debating every day with people that played in these professions and won at a high elite level. And I'm debating with them every day. So how I'm scared of you, but I'm not scared of them? Like, they do make a point, though. Like, they did it at the highest level. They really know what they're talking about. But Max got a thinking outside the box type of personality, though. That's why I think Max trying to say, not saying like he know more than Ryan Clark and all them boys on First Take. He trying to say like he got a weird type of thinking, or not weird, but different way of type of thinking. And he's the Ivy League graduate too. So yeah, he know his stuff. So, you really don't have to play sports to know what you're talking about. But it do helps when you in that field. And then like I said, he debate with Cam Newton all the time. He always debate with Cam Newton. And he debated with Shannon Sharp and high elite level playing athletes. So I think that's dope that he did that anyway, like just doing that off the rip. So but yeah, I don't think got nothing to do with that's why Max left the show, cause they butting heads. I think got something to do when T.O. was on the show. And T.O. told Stephen A. to his face, like, be honest, Stephen A. Max come off almost blacker than you, Stephen A. And that really set Stephen A. off. I think it hurt his feeling, but it made him mad too. Like, you gonna put me on blast like that in front of everybody, say some stuff like that? I think that would really set him off. And then if you look at Max's face when that happened, Max's face looked like, I want to laugh, I want to like pat myself on the back, but I can't because I'm not a black dude. That would look wrong and weird. And plus, Stephen A. is extra mad at that. And plus, Stephen A. running First Take, and that would have like set like even more problems also. Max kept it in, but you could see it deep down through the soles of his eyes that, man, that like made his day. That made Max's day. Like, T.O. called me black. A professional black athlete called me black, almost blacker than Stephen A. And that really set Stephen A. off, man. And I think that was the ultimate reason. Max didn't leave the show right then, but as time went on, that was the ultimate demise of Max's career on First Take, though. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't even know that Max started off as a hip hop artist. He started off rapping. Yeah, Max Kellerman, that be on First Take all them years, he started off as an MC, as a rapper. He was a decent MC, for his time and stuff like that. I guess, if you like it or you don't, but he was a rapper. So Mac always used to be on First Take. Y'all remember, he always used to quote like hip hop quotables that Jay-Z said or like Run DMC or something that somebody said, and Stephen A. always had it look like, he always like be so irritated when he do that. I guess he was thinking like, or saying like, Mac, you're trying too hard to be black. That's what Stephen A., that's the look he gave me when he used to do that. When Mac used to recite like a Jay-Z line or Nas line or something, or Biggie line, Stephen A. always had his roll his eyes in the back of his head like he just so irritated when he do that. But I think, that was the demise of Mac's career on First Take. That, it was the stigma that going around, and a lot of people saying it behind the scenes too, but the stigma that Max was like, he was more urban type of vibe than Stephen A. was. And Stephen A. didn't want that stigma of Max or that person like co-hosting next to him, got him looking like that. Kind of looking bad, and like, the white guy more urban than the black guy. So yeah, he didn't want that. I guarantee, I almost can guarantee you that would happen. That's the reason Max got kicked off the show, called that T.O. incident. And you would think I'm bringing that up, I have a T.O. jersey today, but nope, not today. You know what I'm saying? Not today. You know what I'm saying? I already pulled out, y'all real Pull Out Game podcast fans, y'all already know I already pulled the T.O. jersey out. I got some more too. Y'all stay tuned. I pulled out his rookie jersey, the San Francisco 49er jersey. Nasty. Cold. But yeah, man, y'all stay tuned. Y'all T.O. fans out there, I definitely got some more for y'all, man. So y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all know I'm running the jersey game like laps, man. I'm talking about the cleat shoes. I'm talking about the cleat spike getting dull at the bottom, man. I'm running the game. Yeah, man. But look, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. I know what y'all came for, but gotta talk about little stuff here and there going on and stuff. But yeah, man. The next jersey I'm finna pull out, man. This dude right here, he's a legend. They tried to do him dirty too, man, and crazy, man. But they saying he had something to do with it too. The reason they did him that way. So I mean, it's tomato, man. Like whatever you think happened. But look, man. But at the end of the day, the dude career is legendary. He one of the top players in his profession, in his position, and his position too, in his profession. But who we talking about? Man, only time will tell, man. And I ain't got no watch on. But shit, we still finna get to it. Who I'm talking about? This dude right here. Y'all hold it down, man. Who is this dude right here, man? Who is this dude right here? Stop playing, man. Stop playing. Number 3 for the New Orleans Hornets, man. Not the New Orleans Pelicans. I mean, it's the New Orleans Pelicans now. But back then, it was the New Orleans Hornets. Who we talking about, man? Who we talking about? Now, hold up, man. I'm finna gonna show y'all from the front first. Look at this, man. This dude right here, man. Y'all, Mr. CP3. Chris Paul, man. This the rookie jersey too, man. Come on, man. Y'all see it, man. 0506, man. This rookie jersey. And I want to talk about this too, man. Chris Paul, man. All still everything cause, they try to do my boy dirty, man, but I don't know. They said he part of the cause of it. But this that all still everything Chris Paul, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Y'all see the vibes, man. All still everything that Chris Paul, man. The authentic Chris Paul. Stop playing. This thing is clean. Yeah, man. This a nice jersey here, man. Dope, 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 dope. Yeah, man. What y'all know about Chris Paul, man? Chris Paul. Let's talk about old Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul, Chris Paul, Chris Paul, man. Look, man. Chris Paul is from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, man. That way he born at, man, reside at, man. You know what I'm saying? And, he got a brother named CJ Paul. And they real tight. And later on in his career, he became his agent and all that, man. I don't know if he's still his agent now or what's going on here, other business ventures, but I know playing, that was his agent, man. Like he trusted his brother. Him and his brother were tight, man. His mama and everybody was tight. His family, he big on family, man. And but his best friend was his granddad, man. And like, he stood by his granddad every word, man. And I can relate to that too, man, because my big mama, which is my grandma, I talk about her on here a lot, which y'all should know that. And my granddad, my papa dad, like I used to stay over there a lot when I was little, man. And cause Chris Paul, when he was a young kid, before his mama go to work, you know what I'm saying, she used to drop him and his brother off to granddad gas station. Chris Paul granddad was the first black owned gas station owners in North Carolina. And he had that gas station for years. And Chris Paul loved his granddad. His brother did too. And his mom used to drop him off, both of them off, at the gas station. And they used to work for the granddad. They used to drink coffee in the morning, had that grown up type of vibe, grown up type of feel. I used to do that too, drink coffee. I can't stand coffee now. I'm not a coffee drinker, y'all, at all. But they used to drink coffee to make, give it the feel like they're, like they're grown up. And, all the time they used to be at the gas station and, just hanging around and working and doing a hard day work, putting to work. But they didn't mind though, because they love their granddad so much, man. Then as he got older, Chris Paul got older, he took all that work ethic into like practicing basketball and, and perfecting his craft in basketball. So when he came to high school, he became like real great, man. Like dude was like one of the top point guards in high school, and he was perfecting his craft. Y'all know like Chris Paul had handles and stuff, and dude had skills, man. You know what I'm saying? He was an assist monster. You know what I'm saying? His jump shot, it was there, but it wasn't what he wanted to be yet. But Chris Paul like had some all around game, man. For a little short dude, like could nobody stop dude, man. And then he was like really getting his name out there. People really taking notice on who he was. And then right before his senior year, first basketball game, before that, his granddad got murdered. You know what I'm saying? Granddad died. His granddad went to his house, arrived to the house, and there were 5 teenagers, like 5 kids, 5 teenagers waiting on his granddad at the house. And they robbed him and killed him. Yeah, 5 teenagers killed him, man. Murdered Chris Paul granddad. And Chris Paul pulled up to the crime scene in disbelief, and he seen his granddad laid out by the carport. And he just couldn't believe it. He was so out of it, he didn't want to play basketball no more. He was done with basketball. Like that rocked him, man. And I could just you close to somebody like that, and then they didn't die over natural causes. They died from like getting murdered. You know what I'm saying? Your granddad too, like a helpless old man. You got that's like, man, that'll that'll tear anybody up, man. That was sad. And Chris Paul to the point he didn't want to play basketball no more. He was done with everything. He just didn't want to even do nothing no more. He didn't have the effort to do nothing, man. Sometimes somebody pass, it do take your spirit away. Cause like my homeboy Sight died. It took my spirit away to do music and people know I do music heavy, but I don't know, just do something to your spirit. You gotta find that mojo back again, man. Um, especially like you be around somebody that motivates you to do something that you love to do too. You love to do it, but you have somebody around you that motivates you too. It, I mean, yeah, that's like the best thing, man. And Chris Paul granddad motivated him too. So when he found out he died, man, he was sick. But his granddad, and the family told him like your granddad would want you to keep going and push through. So he did, and the funeral had came, and his first basketball game as a senior was the day after his granddad funeral, and he took off. He did his thing that game too, man. He didn't think about nothing, and in the back of his mind, he thought about his granddad, but he was so locked in, to do well. Cause he started getting depressed. He wouldn't have had a good game. So, he toughed it out, and he toughed through it, and he did so good. Chris Paul dropped 61 points that game, and that's the exact age that his granddad was when his granddad died. His granddad was 61, and I think Chris Paul had one more free throw to shoot, and if he made that free throw, it would have made 62 points. But when he got to 61, he realized it. He asked the coach, he wanted the coach to sub him out, and cause he wanted to leave it at 61 for his granddad, and he did. The coach let him get out the game, and he went to the sideline, hugged the hell out of his dad. They were crying on the sideline where his dad was. Well, Chris Paul was. I don't know if his dad was, but and he just, yeah, man, he just cried and cried, man. You know what I'm saying? He did that for his granddad. He dropped to 61. Just like when Russell Westbrook dropped 60 points um, for Nipsey Hussle. Because, Nipsey Hussle was in the Rolling 60 game, and, he couldn't talk about all that on camera, on professional TV, the NBA. But Westbrook basically said, I scored 60 for Russell, and, they was, kind of wondering why 60 though. And, Russell Westbrook basically like, if you know, the Rolling 60 game, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, he dropped 61. Chris Paul did for his granddad, and he took off, man. After that, man, and I wonder though too, real quick, if the game was close, like just say like the game was like 88, 88 to 88, or Chris Paul team has 87 and the other team had 88 or something like that, and you needed these points, when he still had subbed himself out, even what I'm saying, even though they needed them points, but he would have left it 61 for his granddad. Do y'all think he would have subbed himself out still? Cause luckily that they didn't need the point. They was already ahead by a lot, so he subbed himself out. But I wonder if he would have took that stand to do that if they needed them points. But he loved his granddad so much, I'm guessing he probably would. He was already like, man, I did this for my granddad. I don't give a damn who won the game. I did it for my granddad. So I think he did it for that. And that was big. That's a real stand-up moment right there, man. Stand-up moment, my guy. Chris Paul, man. CP3, man. But, yeah, so he did exceptionally well in high school. That he went to Wake Forest, started dropping buckets there. People started really recognizing him doing his thing. And, yeah, man. Next thing you know, man, he got drafted to the New Orleans Hornets. And, shit, man, come on. Chris Paul was a beast, man. You know what I'm saying? He had handles. He came in the game, had handles. He ended up winning Rookie of the Year, without a doubt, man. Came in 2005, put everybody on notice. yeah, man, he was a beast, man. Um, it was sad what happened that year though. Chris Paul, played for the New Orleans Hornets, and then that's the same year that Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans. It was sad, man. And so they had to leave New Orleans, the NBA team, the New Orleans Hornet. Then they started playing in Oklahoma City, and Oklahoma City won the team yet. KD, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Sam Presti, and all them boys, they weren't there yet. It wasn't even a team yet. So yeah, they packed up, moved to Oklahoma City. They made a name there, and they played a lot of games there. And they did help and donation for the New Orleans city and the cleanup, and Chris Paul became like one of the fan favorites in Oklahoma City and New Orleans for helping with Katrina, and being cool with the people in Oklahoma City and embracing the city. And yeah, so Chris Paul, yeah, he was a fan favorite, man. Then he played for the Clippers. You know, he played for the Phoenix Suns. Of course, he played for the Houston Rockets. And then he went back to the Clippers. And Chris Paul, you ask me, he one of the top 5 point guards all time. If you ask me, like Chris Paul's a beast, man. But when he made his second return to the Clippers, it didn't go so well, man. You think it would go well, man, because Chris Paul had never won a ring, so he getting with team beyond it, like trying to win a ring. But you had Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Bradley Beal, with Bradley Beal constantly forever getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? His name should be Mr. Wheelchair with Anthony Davis. But yeah, so you had a team with you, and I don't know, man. I'm thinking it gonna work, but it didn't. And out the blue, you know, they kicked Chris Paul off the team, and they let him know 3 o'clock in the morning while the team was on the road in Atlanta. And I'm thinking, why would they disrespect Chris Paul to that capacity? A Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, or Hall of Famer legend, kick him off the team like that. You know what I'm saying? And so for them to do that, it had to be something else. And then, I started hearing rumblings that the reason they did him like that because Chris Paul, and then another thing too, they had like a top coach, Ty Lue, a proven coach that, they're doing their thing in the league. And I heard rumblings that Chris Paul been talking behind Ty Lue back, saying he ain't coaching the team right. He mismanaging the team. He making the wrong decision, wrong plays. He calling the wrong plays and all that. So, and it got back to Ty Lue. So Ty Lue and Chris Paul got into it, and I heard that they saying they warned Chris Paul like 3 or 4 times to stop doing it. And he saying like disrespectful stuff, bad stuff. And it's getting worse and worse. And it got to the point they kicked him off the team. They kicked him off the team like that. I'm like, damn, dude, like he deserves more respect than that. This Hall of Fame legend that put all this work in the game, all these years, resort to him getting kicked off the team that way. I mean, let's be honest, y'all got a terrible record and y'all ain't doing good anyway. So you might as well just take the losses with the bad and just like, hey, the whole team, the whole organization right now is trash. So how about just, let the whole season be what it be and let him stay on the team or not let him go out that type of way on the road like that. And then I heard that he had to pay for his own bus ticket back home or his own plane ticket back home. Like, damn, that's crazy. So yeah, I heard they got into it, but they said he was talking real crazy to these people, man, and they couldn't wait no longer. I don't know why they couldn't wait that long, but they couldn't. But you gotta think of it like this too, man. If you got like your whole family sitting at the dinner table, right? Everybody sitting at the dinner table, and you got one guest talking real crazy to you, talking some disrespect type stuff, disrespect type 101 type stuff, and talking crazy to you. You ain't gonna wait till that man finish food to kick him out. You gonna kick him out right then. You gonna get everything handled then. You ain't waiting till everything done. you gonna kick him out then. So I guess Chris Paul was like so like on the disrespect tip that they couldn't wait no longer. They had to get him up out of there. They had to, kick him out. So I don't know what happened, man. I hate Chris Paul career, like that. He missed the State Farm dude and what the Cliff Paul, the little alter ego thing on a State Farm commercial and or the All State Farm, one of them farms or one of them states or whatever. But yeah, I did hate that he went out like this. You know what I'm saying? Cause Chris Paul, man, he like a legend. He doing his thing, and what we got to do, man? Got to show the jersey again, man. Cause it Chris Paul, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He like one of the legends in the game, and I hate that he resorted to, I don't think they're gonna kill his legacy though. Like, far as like doing stuff, far as that's happening to him, man. Cause Chris Paul, he one of the greats, man. And Chris Paul one of the players. He'll do anything to win. He don't kick players in the privates before. He don't like, he don't got into it or all kind of play. He'll do whatever it take, whatever he got to do to win, man. I remember that time Rajon Rondo got into it with Chris Paul, and I don't know if he spit on him accidentally or what. Rajon Rondo spit on him. That's what they saying he did, but I'm not saying he did do that. But but Chris Paul been talking crazy to him. So I don't know, man. But you gotta think too. Chris Paul ain't never been on a losing team like this, especially at the end of his career. The last thing he want to pick this time in his career to be on a losing team. So yeah, man, that's what's going on. But yeah, man, let's show the Chris Paul again. Yeah, man, all still everything Chris Paul, man. Yeah, Chris Paul. You know the vibes, man. Yeah, yeah, Chris Paul, man. All still everything Chris Paul. Yeah. Yep, they Chris Paul, man. And when they had the Hurricane Katrina, he ended up the team ended up going to Oklahoma City, and he ended up going to Oklahoma City again anyway when he left the LA Clippers. And a lot of that was just crazy though, man, with the you know, Chris Paul ended up going to Oklahoma City, and it was just crazy, man, because the Clippers, man, they just a bad franchise all around anyway, man. The little brother to the Lakers. Because after that happened with Chris Paul, you know what I'm saying? Like when he went to the Oklahoma City the second time, they traded him to, he left the Clippers. My bad. He left the Clippers and went to Oklahoma City. And then, they had SJ, Shea Gilgis Alexander. He went with them boys too, and like they became like this. Well, Chris Paul ended up leaving, but Shea Gilgis Alexander, he ended up staying with the Thunder, and they built the team around him, and man, so you can thank the Clippers for all that. You know what I'm saying? They traded all the draft pick, they gave all the draft pick to the Thunder, and they let SGA be over there, Shea Gilgis Alexander be over there, and yeah, you can thank all this Thunder winning and big time Thunder wins and stuff with SGA is all due to the Clippers, man. Like they had everything and they gave it all to the Thunder. The Clippers did. So that's crazy. But yeah, man, this Chris Paul all still everything, man. One of the greatest point guards to ever do it. Like I'm talking about a beast in his profession as a point guard. And yeah, man, this Chris Paul, man. Come on, man. Um, I hate the way they did him though, man. Like, they didn't let him finish his career out like a victory lap tour. You know what I'm saying? His last season, and they kick him off the team. That's dirty, man. That's dirty business. But hey, I still rock with you, Chris Paul, man. You did some questionable things like for a dirty play, but overall, you're a great player, and can't nobody deny that at all. If they do, they don't know basketball. So I'm giving your flowers here today. Pull Out Game Podcast. We giving you your flowers today, my boy. So hold that thing down. You one of the greats, and you won't be forgotten, man, when you leave the league, man. For real. CP3. And I'm up out of here, man. Stay tuned for segment 3.
My brain is exhausted, I'm thinking awkward. Lanes I make you eat a plate of sausage made from Lorraine or Bobby. I may be modest, you paying homage on crazy honor.
What's going on? What's going on, man? This your boy Hen checking in, man. Episode 68 to the Pull Out Game podcast, man. You know what I'm saying? Segment 3. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Doing what I got to do. Doing what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? But look, you know, it's so many people that do like entertainment. And you know, when I was young and you looked at them as legends, like they was like, you know, eye-popping legends. Like, you know, you look at them like superheroes. And, you know, it's sad to see they get older. You never thought they'll be doing certain things like, you know, falling out with this person or you know, or resorting to be this type of way or get looked at in a bad light. Because you always seen them how you seen them when they was at the, you know, at the apex of the top of their career. And, you know, for instance, like Diddy, you know, you seeing Diddy in all the videos, like the, you know, the Bad Boy videos and, you know what I'm saying, the Flavor in Your Ear remix and you know, the More Money, More Problems and the Mace videos and the Total video, 112 and him dancing with the glitter jacket, you know what I'm saying, popping champagne, you know, the cool cat. And, you know, and you never thought he'll resort to what's going on with the, you know, with the Diddy documentary and, you know, the allegation, the rape charge, the racketeering and all this stuff, the baby oil and all this stuff, man, and you know, kidnapping type stuff. I mean, a lot of that stuff he didn't get charged for, but I'm saying, like, you never thought, like, he'd be capable. And then, you know, seeing what he did to Cassie on video. So, I mean, you never thought that all this would be going on. And then you got, like, you know, Snoop Dogg, you know, falling out with Daz from Dogg Pound. Daz saying Snoop done stole a lot of music from his catalog and haven't paid him for it. And, you know, then Dad saying Dr. Dre, you know, on the Chronic, you know, they saying took his name, they took Dad's name off the Chronic, like, you know, for like production work, you know what I'm saying, far as like the names and credits and stuff. And, you know, Dad produced a lot on the Chronic album. And, you know, Dad was saying only album that Dr. Dre did was like the Chronic and the Chronic 2001. So how he got all that money? And come on, Dad, you can't count in pockets like that though, cause at the end of the day, well, I guess you can count in pocket if he owe you some of that money. So yeah, I agree with that. But I don't know if he do owe you. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he ain't just do album. You know that, Daz. I mean, you know, he had the Dre beats, and you know a lot of other endorsements and type of thing he was into too. So you know, I'm pretty sure Dr. Dre be into tech and all that stuff too. So I don't know about tech, but I'm pretty sure he is because he dealing with the Dre beats. I mean, that's kind of like tech work. So yeah, and then on top of that too, you know, he get money off Eminem, he get money off 50 Cent, and you know other artists. So Dr. Dre making money all kind of ways. You know what I'm saying? Then you know they did the Straight Outta Compton movie. I'm pretty sure they paid him for that. You know, even though he wasn't in the movie, but he was a part of it. He did a soundtrack. I mean, Dr. Dre making money, and then you know Snoop, all the stuff he doing. So can't even question like how Snoop getting money, cause Snoop got like 400,000 different businesses. So you know he getting paid. But yeah, Dad out here saying Dr. Dre and Snoop, you know what I'm saying, they owe him money. So you know, I get they getting the paperwork together and all that, but you know, Snoop came out saying, you know, if Dad keep pressing him like that, he gonna really shut him down and show him what it really all about. Like you know, like I get like financially wise, not physical wise. You know what I'm saying? Cause you know, Dad's a big dude anyway. I don't think Snoop want no problem with Dad. But anyway, man, yeah, man, like it just kind of remind me of the Diddy situation. Cause you know, like I said, I watched Diddy growing up, and you know, and then he became this goofball, and you know, I watched Dogg Pound growing up. I listened to Dogg Pound growing up. You know, Snoop and Dogg Pound, know what I'm saying? They had the album, Dog Food, and classic album, and now they beefing with each other. They got older. You never thought that was gonna happen when you looked at them back in the days. Now everybody beefing with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like Suge Knight locked up. All the people that were holding it down, they ain't doing so good. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy out here, man. I don't know what's going on, man. But that's the life we live in now, man. Like a lot of artists want to keep up with the Joneses, man. Like even though they ain't doing like big things no more, they trying to stay in the limelight. You know what I'm saying? So just wish that you'd like to see artists and legends that did their thing to just you know just relax and enjoy the rest of their time on Earth, man, and just live a peaceful life instead of trying to be in the limelight and be on TMZ and getting remembered for the wrong things. And it's just sad though, man. I feel like the media throw the fishing rod out there, and us blacks a lot of times just bite the bait. And I ain't saying, like I said, I ain't saying the whites and the Mexicans and Puerto Rico, all them perfect too, but when it comes to media stuff, they don't really, like to act a fool when it comes in front of that. They had their own problems. But when it comes to media, everybody be just low key, just us, the blacks, we always gotta, act crazy like that. You know what I'm saying? And we better than that, y'all. We is, so I'm just saying. But look, man, I just hate like, what I'm saying, the legends, what I'm saying, from our black legends, like, some of them represent right, what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, Jay-Z. Look at Jay-Z though. He represent he own all these businesses. Look at Nas. Nas still dropping albums. And he just put a bid in for a casino he finna own. And it's a lot of legends doing big things though, man. Wu-Tang still touring. You know what I'm saying? Redman still doing his thing. And Bun B, he got the Trill Burgers. I mean, it's a lot of rappers back in the day still doing their thing, man. Still like, pushing the culture forward in a positive way. I like to see that. But it's a lot of artists and people out here just still not doing not doing their due diligence of like pushing the culture forward. And that's what I hate, man. But we gotta do better, man. But look, man, we finna get to the next jersey. You know what I'm saying? And the next jersey we finna get into is this dude, man. He is a legend, and he retired and left his game and his profession gracefully. He bowed out gracefully, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the other artists and legends should do. But yeah, this dude right here, he's no joke. He's a beast. And man, we got to give him his flowers, man. The dude is a problem on that field when he played, man. You know what I'm saying? That's no lie. But who we talk about? This dude right here, man. Iconic legend, man. Stop playing with this guy, man. Come on, man. This is how we doing it on episode 68, man. You know what I'm saying? Right here, man. All still everything, man. Who is this dude right here, man? Who is this dude right here? And you know what? Before I ain't turn around, I'm going to show y'all from the front. Well, first of all, y'all see NFL tag right there. See that? Okay, but look, man. This that boy right here, man. That boy Earl Campbell, man. Stop playing with this guy, man. This Earl Campbell, man. You know what I'm saying? Earl, man. All stitch everything, man. Houston Oilers football jersey, man. Houston Oilers, man. Yeah, man. Later on, Warren Moon had got with them boys, man. You know what I'm saying? Warren Moon was there. You know what I'm saying? Played with Earl Campbell. Houston Oilers. I pulled out that Warren Moon, too. I pulled out the white Warren Moon. That thing was clean, too, man. But yeah, man, they all stitch everything Earl Campbell jersey, man. Yeah. Let's talk about old Earl, man. Yeah. Stop playing with Earl, man. Earl Campbell, man. Man, dude, man, he a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's number beasts on this show, man. What you expect, man? You know what I'm saying? Y'all see that light on in the back, man? Like, these players shine for real, man. But look, Earl Campbell, man, He was born and raised in Tyler, Texas, man. Tyler, Texas, man. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Foxx was born in Terrell, Texas. You know what I'm saying? Earl Campbell born in Tyler, Texas. You know what I'm saying? So, reason I brought up Jamie Foxx too because I don't know, I just brought him up because, you know, y'all know he played high school basketball. Y'all stay tuned. You never know. Yeah, y'all like, what the hell? Yeah, I might pull out a Jamie Foxx high school jersey. I don't know. You know, his real name Eric Bishop. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to get into that another time, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay tuned, man. It get crazy on the pullout game. But look, man, Earl Campbell, man, you know what I'm saying? He was a little boy and grew up in Tyler, Texas. And it was 11 of him, including him and his sibling. It was 11 of them. And out of all the kids, he was the sixth oldest. And his dad, B.C. Campbell, and his mom, Ann Campbell, you know what I'm saying? They were married. And yeah, his dad owned not owned, but worked for like a rose field. And they used to pick roses every day. And Earl Campbell was the main one that was lazy. And they'll all tell you he was lazy. He didn't like to do it. Earl Campbell will tell you he didn't like to do it. He was like, this not for me. He be in the field like a lot of hours just playing it off, pretending like he picking roses. And he just didn't like to do it. He said it's something better for me. He just wasn't into it. And you know, at an early age, his dad died at the age of 50. Like young, 50 years old. And then, you know, his mom, you know, already knew he had, like, he was lazy, but he had, like, the bravado of a man. Like, you know, he was forced to grow up fast. And his mom and his brother told him, you got to grow up fast, man. And he did. And, you know, he honed his craft in football. And like I said, he played other sports, but he was mainly in the football, man. That's what he loved to do, football. And, you know, he was like a beast. He was a beast in high school, man. Like, he was running players over. Everybody like, who is this dude, man? Who is this dude? Who is this dude? And, you know, he just took off after that. And, you know, he ended up, like, excelling and then going to the University of Texas. And when he went to Texas, man, couldn't nobody stop dude, man. I mean, couldn't nobody stop dude. And, you know, he got like a lot of attention from like scouts and, you know, people already were talking like rumblings. They wanted to like sign him. Like he would knock you over quick. Like the way he played football, it was like unprecedented, man. Like it was like bowling ball to bowling pins out there. He would knock you over quick. And, you know, and after he left there, you know, he ended up going to the pros. Man, you know, he played in Texas, the Longhorns. You know what I'm saying? He went to Texas Longhorn, man. He went to Texas University, man, just like Roger Clemens. And when he left there, man, he went to the pros, man. And, you know, he ended up going to the Houston Oilers. I want to say, I'm not sure about, I want to say, it's another team probably picked him up before then. Then he ended up going to the Houston Oilers. I want to say the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They drafted him first, then he ended up going to the Houston Oilers during the draft. And yeah, and then after that, yeah, man, dude had a legendary career, man. He didn't play that many seasons though. Earl Campbell only played 8 seasons. He played 7 with the Houston Oilers, and he played 1 season with New Orleans Saints. That's crazy, man. But his whole career, and he had a coach named Bon Phillips. And this a fun fact. Well, not fun fact or a story, but you know, when he was with the Houston Oilers, he first got there, they had 4 cones in the square. Had a cone here, cone here, cone here, cone there in the square. And then he had to run to the square, and then when he get to the other cone, he had to run backwards. And you know, he had to keep the motion going. Then he had to run backward the other way, and then, you know, run backward. Then the last cone, he run straight ahead. Every time he run backwards, though, he always fall. You know what I'm saying? When he go to the second cone, he had to run backwards. He ended up falling. And then he tried again. He ran backwards on the cone again. He fell again. Then I think he tried it one more time. He failed again. He kept falling every time he run backward. And then the other coaches under Bonfiller were like, man, he can't run backwards, man. What's going on? They was like panicking. He can't run backwards. And then Bonfiller said, hell, what the hell we worry about that for anyway? We just need him to run forward. So it's like, yeah, that was dope, man. Like that Bonfiller said that he knew his potential. Cause when he did run forward, Earl Campbell, man, I'm talking about dude was, man, he was taking off, man. Like he was that guy, that goat, that dude. Like for real. I mean, it's hard to explain. Like it's unexplainable. But yeah, Earl Campbell, he played 8 seasons, and man, I'm telling you, man, he was knocking players over, man. Like you needed like 3 or 4 people to knock him down, man. Kind of like how Walter Payton and Jim Brown was, and his kids, they was like they didn't even know how good Earl Campbell was. They didn't even know how Earl Campbell's son found out how good Earl Campbell was. Earl Campbell's son found out through his best friend and his best friend family. He used to go over there, and they told Earl Campbell's son that how good he was, and they show highlights of Earl Campbell, and Earl Campbell's son was like looking at the highlight. I didn't know my dad was this damn good. He was like mind blown. He could not believe it. He never knew his dad was that great. Cause Earl Campbell, then come home like, hey son, why how good I am? Look at my highlight. Earl Campbell was so humble. He didn't even tell his kids like how good he was, how great he was. Like he was humble like that. And I know it was one day Earl Campbell took his son to like a signing, a football autograph signing. Earl Campbell had to sign like, autographs and stuff. And then Jim Brown was there too. And then, his son already knew how great Jim Brown was. Jim Brown was like a household name, cause at the time Earl Campbell was playing, so they wasn't really realizing how great like he was. Like they really didn't know how great he was, to the next door neighbors, and his friends told him that. But he seen Jim Brown, Earl Campbell's son seen Jim Brown, and he was like, man, what's going on? He could not believe that was Jim Brown. And Jim Brown said out his own mouth, you could quote him, he was like, man, look here. The best running back of all time is me, Jim Brown. That's what he said. And Jim Brown said the second greatest running back of all time is your daddy, Earl Campbell. And everybody else, you can pick how you want. Whoever you want to pick, you can pick after that, however you want to pick. But the first is Jim Brown, and second is Earl Campbell, your dad. And Earl Campbell kids could not believe that Jim Brown out his mouth said, my dad is the second greatest of all time. My dad? And Jim Brown said that? They couldn't believe that, man. So Jim Brown, he was a great player, man. Like, I mean, what can I say, man? He was like a unique player. He had a unique build. Couldn't nobody stop. Like I said, you need a whole defensive line. You need a whole line to stop him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he rushed for 9,407 yards. You know what I'm saying? And 2,187 attempts. Come on, that's crazy. 9,407 yards. You know what I'm saying? From 2,187 carries, man, attempts. You know what I'm saying? And he had 74 touchdowns, including rushing and receiving. You know what I'm saying? He had 121 catches. 121 catches, man, from a running back. That's good. And you know what I'm saying? 806 receiving yards. You know what I'm saying? He was selected in 5 Pro Bowls. He was 3-time Offensive Player of the Year. He won 1 MVP and 1 Offensive Rookie of the Year award. I mean, come on, man. He did that in 8 seasons, man. You know what I'm saying? Did a lot in a small body of work. No, my bad. He had a lot, big body of work in a small time. My bad. Let's get it right. You know what I'm saying? He had a big body of work in a small time frame. But yeah, man, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just salute my hat to Earl Campbell, man. Let's show the jersey again. Dope work. Dude just dope, man. Earl Campbell, man, all stick everything, man. Come on, man. Yeah. Mr. Earl Campbell, my guy. Earl Campbell, man. Yeah. Y'all see the vibes, man. Earl Campbell, man. Yeah. And Earl Campbell, man, Bon Phillips, he left. They released him from the Houston Oilers, man. They released him from the Houston Oilers, and he ended up signing a coaching deal with the New Orleans Saints. And that year after, that 7th year after Earl Campbell left the Houston Oilers, he ended up getting a 1-year deal with the New Orleans Saints. And when he got a 1-year deal with New Orleans Saints, Bon Phillips was his coach again. He went to Houston Oilers. Bon Phillips was his coach. Now his coach is Bon Phillips for the New Orleans Saints. So, I ain't gonna lie, man. When Earl Campbell got with the New Orleans Saints, he was decent. He wasn't the same. You could tell he wasn't the same Earl Campbell that he used to be. And, he wasn't producing big numbers. But it was one game, Earl Campbell had a breakout game. I'm talking about mad yards. I'm talking about he was like doing his thing, like the old Earl Campbell. And then right after that, Bon Phillips went Bon Phillips went had a press conference right after that game and said he retiring. He can't do it no more. And then, man, Earl Campbell was so mad. He like, you mean to tell me I did all that and had this great game and feeling like he back and feeling like he himself again, and just for Bon Phillips to say, that's it, no more? And he was mad, he was hurt, he was disappointed. And then so after that season, yeah, Earl Campbell, he called it quits. And then he ended up retiring. And then when he retired, man, it just didn't get good after that. One day he with his son, they were painting like something on like some walls at the house, and then he went to go get a coat of paint in the shed somewhere, and then next thing you know, he heard like a big loud pop in his back, and he had like a back situation, man, called sclerosis, stenosis or something like that, back spinal stenosis, and yeah, it was like a genetic. I don't know if it was genetic, but it was something he got diagnosed with, and it got he had like 4 back surgeries, and each time he had a surgery, it got worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? Recipe my and Freddie Mae, she had back surgery, and she had a lot of back surgery, man. She ended up passing away, I think from complications from that. But yeah, man, you got to be careful with that, man. Your back is delicate, dog. Like your spinal cord and cutting on your back, that's delicate, man. But he ended up getting 4 back surgeries, and he started taking like pain medicine, mixing it with liquor, and he just wasn't coping right with it, man. And he started getting angry, taking it out on the family, and you know what I'm saying. These after like his day, he done retired, so you trying to cope with that, man. And the doctor said he believed, man, the doctor said he know, that that incident came from like him playing his early years in football in the NFL, and he got hit a certain way, and it did something to his spine. They said it was determined to happen anyway, so it just so happened it happened that day, and yeah, man, that was sad business, man. But he had 4 spinal back surgeries, and it wasn't working. So one doctor came along and studied him, and he was like one of the best in the country, and they got him to do the 5th back surgery. And when he did the 5th back surgery, it ended up working, and he ended up getting better, and stuff gradually started happening, better for Earl Campbell. But it still was like having him in pain. He was still impatient. it was hurting him bad. And then, he was like going off on his kids and the family and everybody, man. But, you know, his son had to sit him down one day, no matter if they fussed at him or not. And they said, I don't care. Dad get mad at me. We had to tell him. We sat him down and told him, look, Dad, gotta quit taking these pills the way you doing with the liquor and beer and mixing it together, cause you're gonna die. You're not taking care of yourself. And by his son coming to him face to face and telling him that, he respected them and he shaped up. And he started being impatient and he started working with his back and started getting into shape and much as he can and start relying on his doctors. And yeah, he said if it wasn't for his son, he'll be dead. His son saved his life. They saved his life by talking to him direct and telling him the real. So a shout out to his son, man. And but Earl Campbell, man, he a certified Hall of Famer. He was a beast on the field and no denying how great he was, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Earl Campbell, man. He's just a great dude, man. And you can't tell a story of the NFL without this running back, man. My favorite running back all time is Barry Sanders. You know what I'm saying? But you got so many out there, man. You got Earl Campbell, Barry Sanders, Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith, LaDainian Thompson. It's so many out there, man. Did I say O.J. Simpson? Yeah, Gale Sayers, Walter Payton. It's so many out there, man. Adrian Peterson, like beast mode running backs, man. So shout out to the running backs, man, because, they get the short end of the stick though, man. Like Earl Campbell, he get hurt. And like even players up to date now, they always say a running back is not a valuable position no more. So they best not to pay you a lot and try to stunt your pay and you get a certain age, they say you ain't a top running back no more, so they don't want to pay you for that reason. And it's just a lot of stuff, man. They give you the franchise tag, they don't want to pay you that much and put you on this certain kind of contract and leave you stuck there. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just sad business, man. But the way they do running backs, man. But this Earl Campbell, man, all stick everything Earl Campbell jersey, man. You just been hit with episode 68, man. You know what I'm saying? To the Pull Out Game podcast, man. And we gotta give these legends they flowers, man. These some elite players, dog. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. Make sure you hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe. Cause sometimes, you watch the video, don't realize you haven't subscribed yet. You know what I'm saying? And it be like that. Cause I got YouTube channels I watch and I forget too. But I show love to everybody too. If I watch a channel and I'm rocking with it, I'm gonna subscribe. So, y'all watching this, please hit the subscribe button for your boy. It help the channel. The likes help the channel. The comments help the channel. It create algorithm for the YouTube space. And yeah, man. I need that. We need that, man. The Pull Out Game podcast need that, man. Y'all the Pull Out Gang. G-A-N-G, man. You know what I'm saying? This the Pull Out Game. G-A-M-E. But yeah, man. This that all stick everything, man. Y'all already know it. Stop playing with this guy, man. This that Earl Campbell, man. I gave y'all 2 legendary Texas Longhorn players, man. You know what I'm saying? Roger Clemens and Earl Campbell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Chris Paul, he went to Wake Forest, so, it's what it is, though, man. But, 2 for 3. But look, Wake Forest got a good program, too. So, shout out to Wake Forest, man. And y'all did Chris Paul wrong, man. Y'all, the NBA as a whole, the Clippers probably can't make it right no more. Y'all already released them, but the NBA need to find a way to make this right for that guy, man. Chris Paul do not deserve to go out like that, man. Getting cut on his last season. He already told y'all the last season, and y'all cut the dude. Come on, man. That's bad business, man. But, Chris Paul, man, we had to show your jersey on this episode, this podcast, this channel, you part of the culture, man. Come on, man. So yeah, shout out to Chris Paul, man. Shout out to Roger Clemens. Shout out to Earl Campbell, man. You know what I'm saying? You just been hit with the Pull Out Game podcast, episode 68, man. And I'm up out of here, man. Like a bad light bulb.
When drinking angry, the same. pain with a mama. Pain with no gain is a bummer. Hit you with sticks.